Hi there, this is Art and Such with my Rainbow Loom tutorial for Calliou. For this pattern, I'm using black small beads. They're a little larger than seed beads, which can be used but might slip back into the head, and they are smaller than pony beads. You can also use black rubber bands. I kind of like this size, but you got to work with what you have. You'll need a C-clip, skin tone bands. I'm using the palest of the bunch. Dark or light blue for the shorts, yellow for the shirt, and red for the shoes, and for the little necktie. I will be making this pattern but with one small change, which is that I'm going to lengthen the shirt one more band. So our blue will be a bit shorter, but you can make that choice yourself when we get to that point. So we'll start by making our arms. I have one ready, and I'm going to get you to pause once we've made this other one to catch up yourself. We take a single skin tone band, wrap it 3 times around our hook. You'll see 4 loops there. And we're going to take 4 singles, double them over one by one, and bring the bands off of the hook and on top. So that first wrap one goes above, then we'll close it. We're going to take a second one, double it over onto itself, bring it on top, pull your next bands over, and twice more. Twist it onto itself, on top, over, like so, and last one, twist, over. Now we're taking 2 yellow bands, and we'll be bringing the arm bands on top, and one more set of double yellow bands. So pause your video quickly and make one more. You can put these on the side or leave them on your hook. When you're ready, you can start on the layout for the loom. This is in the offset configuration with the middle row above the others. We have 2 skin tone bands coming from the top peg in the center to the second peg in the center. 2 red bands below that from the second to the third in the center. And 4 sets of double yellow bands going down. On the sides, we'll take double bands again and come down to the shoulder peg, the second peg here. Second peg middle to the second peg on the side, and repeat that to the other side. On each side we'll have 5 sets of double yellows, reaching down until you hit the 7th peg from the top, and each side peg is going to have a set of, or each side row is going to have a set of double blues, 2 sets of skin tone colors, of skin tone bands, and 1 set of yellow. And this takes you to the 3rd peg from the bottom if you're counting up. So I'll get you to pause your video, fill that all in, make sure you've got it all. For our feet, we're going to be taking red bands, and I'm just doing 2 bands on 2 bands. So 2 reds, wrap it 2 or 3 times onto your hook, and bring that onto 2 other red bands. You'll know you have them all when it rolls nicely to the center there. This goes on to the bottommost yellow peg, our 3rd peg from the bottom of the loom. We'll do it for the other side. 2 pegs wrapped 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and bring that on to 2 bands. If you're having a hard time getting this over, you can always take a couple bands at a time and move it over gradually as well. This goes on the other side. We can add our arms, 2nd peg from the top, stretch it out a little so you can see all the holes, make sure they go on. Other side. Now our cap bands are going to be pretty loose for this pattern, which is always nice. We're starting on the third peg and going across in the triangle band formation using a single yellow. We'll repeat that underneath, and again, and one more time. And this last one, we'll add a second yellow. This is your sixth peg from the top, going across triangle formation with 2 yellows. We're ready to loop up the body. So grab your hook, get under your shoe. We'll loop our leg bands upwards. I really like this new whiteboard I've got. There's a bit of glare, but I think which I'll have to work on a little more. But I think this is a little better for the camera here. Have to let me know what you think. We're gonna loop all the way up to the shoulder on the side. Only grab the bottom 2 bands, and you can push your cap bands back with your hook. So press down, under, pull up. And we'll keep doing this right to the top, from which place we can grab our bottom 2 bands and bring them back up to that second peg from the top. We're going back under on the other side and repeating. So only grab your bottom 2 bands and pull them upwards. And get underneath. And to the top, get under your shoulder peg, bottom 2 yellows, coming upwards to the center. And then we can loom straight up the middle row. You can see I've lost one here. I'm just going to reach back underneath, grab it with my hook, pull it on. Again, it's a little loose, as I said, right near the bottom there, so just be careful. We're going to go straight to the top now, including the neck peg, the neck bands. The last one's a little bit tricky. Dig back, look to the side if you need to, and get those bottom 2. We're going to put these on our hook and remove the rest from the loom. You might want to use your hook to loosen some parts up. Okay, this will be our front. Put it to the side for the moment, and we'll start on our head. We have no hair, so we're going straight into skin tone bands. Top peg to the top peg on the side. Top center peg to the top peg on the side. 2 sets of double skin tone bands on either side. And 3 sets down the middle. I'm just going to put these on and then I'll hold it up for you to see again. We are going to take 2 bands from either side, third pegs, and have them meet up in the middle, fourth, where our chin peg is. We need extensions for the side. We're going to make 2. This makes it a little rounder. So take a skin tone band, wrap it twice, bring it onto a set of skin tone bands, and onto another set of skin tone bands. This comes from our top peg on the side to the third peg down. What you're going to do is reach under and get those 3 bands we used to kind of cap it on the hook. Pull it over that third peg and stretch the rest. Stretch 2 of the bands out of that extension over, if you can, onto that middle peg. We're going to do it again. I'm going to do it a little faster this time. So it's a single going onto 2 sets of doubles. And we're throwing it on the side, reaching it top side peg to the 3rd peg on the side, and connecting our extension pieces, 2 of those bands, onto the face. We need 1 cap band from our 3rd peg to our 3rd peg, triangle formation. And for the eyes, I'm using dental floss. You can use your hook if your holes are big enough, or a folded over twist tie if you like. Works just as well. We put our beads on the dental floss, thread it through our band, and thread this back. This comes from our 2nd peg to our 2nd peg. We're going to stretch it up over the center in the middle. Just have to get between those. Put your body on, chin peg, 4th peg down, and move it to the side as you need. And we're going to loop up, so go under your 4th peg in the center. You're going to grab your first 2 bands and bring them back to the side that they came from. And the next 2. And the last 2. Okay, we're going to go straight to the top. And back in on the side, get under your extensions, push them all back, and grab only the bottom 2, reach them up. Next 2 up, push your other bands out of the way. Pull your bands to where you can see them clearly. And we're going to reach under and bring your bottom bands up. I seem to have a band in the wrong place here. I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I'll try and sort that out after if I can. Loop up the other side, stay under your cap for the eyes, and get your bands to meet in the center. Here we're going to take a single skin tone band and bring it up through all of the bands which are on that top peg. Create a slip knot by pulling one end over the other. We can now remove this from our loop. Okay, we're going to pop our eyes out a little bit, and you can tuck in your securing band at the back. So put your hook under some of your other bands and pull it in. If, like myself, you've made a bit of a mess by missing a band, you can tuck that in neatly. We'll put on a securing clip, or a C-clip to secure it. Give everything a little stretch and a little adjustment. Legs down. And there is your Calliou. Thank you for watching.